Hello there everyone and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Today I'd like to introduce you to the Micro-Moon Lander. Not named for the size of the ship, but for the size of the moons it's intended to land on. This rig up here is intended as our landing rig to land on the moons of either Eve or Duna. So this is part 1 of 2 of both the episodes probably and of the launch, because I am going to, this has been rigged with a docking node right there, and I intend to launch, I'm not taking any chances on this, I intend to launch a booster segment and dock it, which you will see shortly after this thing is successfully launched and I confirm with you that it is in orbit as opposed to crashed on the ground somewhere. Anyways, without any further ado, here we go in 3, 2, 1. Lift off. Very, very slow lift off, but hopefully that won't last long. Am I missing something there? I am missing one of my struts. I am missing, yeah, just one of the struts. Isn't that weird? So much for mirroring. Well, let's hope that doesn't tear off in the process of launching here. So I've been informed that I still need to work a little on my launch characteristics. And while I have to stay perfectly straight pretty much till 10,000, by 20,000, 25,000, I need to be over to about 45 degrees. So, in terms of gravity turning. So I think I'll keep you guys in for this launch, and then I will cut once we're in orbit and bring you back when I'm ready to dock the second piece of this ship in. So let's take this thing into orbit and see if I do any better with the whole docking and whatnot. Right now I'm just trying to conserve fuel in the densest part of the atmosphere with this thing. You know, a third option for this would actually be to do 3 launches and launch this upper stage empty if I was really worried. I have no idea if that's going to work, how well this is going to work though. 3,000 meters, rising quite nicely. It's amazing how long the first 10,000 meters takes. It's just like trying to boost to the moon. The first, 2/3 of the boost is hardly anything, and then the rest of it is just suddenly, boom, we're to the moon. Alright, 5,000 meters. Still reducing our acceleration a little. As I say, attempting to push the fuel. I have no idea if this is increasing or decreasing my efficiency, but at least the engines aren't overheating right now, which I tend to prefer. I really got to just keep the mouse out of it. It's not like it does anything. I'm sure it annoys you guys seeing that stupid little thing flipping around my screen, which I apologize for. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to start my first turn now. Over about there. Whoa. There we go. Come on. Keep it turning. We're above 10,000 now, so we've got to start doing a bit more of a gravity turn. You just got to watch it. Why is this thing pulling vertical? How annoying. We're about to lose the central engines. That's okay. I think we're going to be okay now. Okay. It's still accelerating? Yeah. Good stuff. So 45 degrees should be that big central circle. Yeah, that's 45 degrees right there. So hopefully I'm doing this right. I have no doubt that those of you who are aware of this will give me the appropriate feedback. but hopefully this will get me into orbit with a much more efficient fuel consumption than previous attempts have. Coming out of the middle atmosphere, heading for the upper, which is the point where I actually have to start using my RCS fuel. Reminds me I need to disable this because we have some special tanks up there on the top which we need to use up first. Okay. Let's give it a bit more. So 45 should do it for a while until we're up into an orbital elevation. We're just giving it an extra bit of a boost here to get rid of the lowest stage. And stage 2. Looking good. RCS on. Excellent. 45 degrees. And holding. Though we can probably start to angle it out a little bit more in a few minutes. We're just trying to get our apoapsis up a bit higher here. Because we need to make sure we have enough up in our burn. If we don't have enough up, getting to orbit may be a really dicey proposition. But I'm liking this. This is looking good. So we want to be at a middle-ish orbit. Okay, we can do a bit more of a gravity turn here because we're almost at orbital elevation. So I'm thinking the ship I used to deliver it will have a fuel pump built in so I can transfer fuel up to the top stage of this ship. That's my theory. Okay, we are officially in a low orbit, which means we can start getting ready to burn into orbit. So we want to keep slightly above the horizon. That's my usual experience, although I've been doing that wrong on occasion. We still have half a tank left to do our orbital burn, which is a dramatic improvement over previous recent attempts. So I will take it. So this little beast here has all the science packages packed into a very compact space. It's designed as a lander. I'm hoping to be able to use this upper stage to do most of the landing burn. Here we go. Towards one of these moons. But we shall see what we shall see. Let's see, I haven't done the view from behind in a while. That looks cool, doesn't it? It's like a burning bright flare of eyeball killing right there. Okay, a little bit less into our periapsis, or apoapsis. Come on, a little less. There we go. Wow, I'm still putting a lot into my periapsis, or apoapsis right now. I think we're doing okay though. So far, so good. Oh, of course I turned my SAS off. Figures, right? Alright, we're about to lose the lower engines, or the outer engines, and we're just going to have a bit more of a burn with the upper engine, or the central engine. And then we'll have to fire these beasties up. But that's just about perfect. Actually, we're going to want to get rid of that before too long anyways, because we want this piece to burn up in the atmosphere. Okay guys, I think we're going to be okay, because in just a second here we're going to boost this off. Alright, we kill our engines, and we get our orbiter, our apoapsis. We want that apoapsis a little higher anyways. So it's okay that it's rising. We'll get rid of the rest of the fuel in this engine, let it burn up in the atmosphere. That should do it. Yeah, because any more and it won't. Alright, and these should be out, or, oh, just about perfect. Wow. That was just about perfect. Okay. So all I have to do is my final little pulse of energy to burn into orbit, and that can wait until, well, I might as well, you know, save and burn a little closer to our apoapsis, or drift a little closer. Use up the last of this RCS to do a tiny rotation, which will not last long, but there goes that one, there goes that one, and this upper stage is all completely disabled. So we need to enable this one, and there we go. All right, we need to get rid of the stage. There we go. And we need to get a little closer to that apoapsis for our optimal burn time. Like 30, there we are. That should be good. Come on, rotation. So now a nice little bit of burn right there. And since we are right on top of our apoapsis, we won't be putting too much energy into it. But we will be bringing that periapsis up and circularizing our orbit a little. Just a little higher. Or lower. It's probably lower. But that's okay. And I'm going to call that good. It's only a 3,000 meter difference in the orbit. Just get her around to the sun, and let's make sure we're facing the right way to recharge the batteries. We'll do our low fuel consumption rotational burn towards the sun. And we're already recharging the batteries, so we're right on the nose here. Perfect. Okay guys, I'm going to go get the docking stage and get that ready to launch. So I will see you on the launch pad in a few minutes. Hello, this is the welcome back. Our good old-fashioned interplanetary booster package is in play. We've seen this ship before, so I won't bore you with the details. Launching in 3, 2, 1. Whoa! Well, that almost went terribly badly, didn't it? Yeah. So basically this uppermost stage, what's left of it once we're docked with the other ship, will act as the an extra little punch to the boosting process. So there's our target preset, but I will not bore you with the launch process. We'll go to the much more tense and time-consuming process of attempting to match orbits and dock. So I will see you in a few moments. Hello and welcome back. I think I got this right. I'm even in a reasonably close orbit already, so that was pretty cool. A little eccentric relative to where it should be, unfortunately, but we'll just have to fix that at the ascending node or descending node. My orbit did not come out quite as clean as I would have liked, but I'm going to try and round that out just a bit more here in a moment with the last of the fuel on this stage. And then these have been disabled so that I have enough monopropellant to deorbit this thing. So let's see, so we'll go at circularize at 40 seconds to apoapsis, point it right at the horizon, and hope for the best. The last little pulse of this engine, hopefully we'll get the circularize this to 118 and I'm not sure which, but yeah, perfect. Everything going into the periapsis right now. So we need to get it to about 10. Well, there we are. There we are. Okay. Now then, at the ascending node, we will do a quick little flatten the orbit burn. Let's see, are we getting closer or further from our target? A little closer. Actually, these orbits are getting quite nice and close. So we're falling behind our target now, which is not good. So we need to slow down, is that right? Let's see, intersect 1, target at intersect 1. That is increasing it, so that's not good. Give it a little extra boost here. All right, now we're trying to do two things at once here. Let's just circularize our orbit at the ascending node. Just bring it down. Bring it down a little. And slow it down a little. Is that right? Let's see. I don't think it's making a huge difference one way or the other. We'll sort that out when we get where we're going. The important thing is we spend 7 seconds burning to get ourselves into the same orbital window as our target. And then we will figure out what to do next. So it didn't work. I was actually just a little later than I would have liked for my launch, which was unfortunate. By the way, I tweaked the design just a bit off between. I reverted my launch and tried again. I added a, realizing how much power this thing had, I added a probe core to this one so I could use this RCS here to deorbit the silly thing. So it's going to take 7 seconds to do the burn. And if this fails, that other ship's got tons of... it's not going to have any issues with electricity or anything, so... Okay, I'll take it through to T-minus. There we are. T-minus, do it now. Now this thing I should be able to deorbit entirely with RCS, so that won't be an issue. Kill it. All right. Much better. Now let's see, 79 and 74. I think we're getting closer. So let's get to our first intersect here and see what we look like for our next predicted close pass. Really just comes down to are we getting closer or further away? All right, well, we've passed intersect 1. Oh, right, we got to get rid of this. There we are. This is the one where we need to do our burn. Okay. Let's see. So our target is currently getting away from us? Yes. So we need to be going faster. The way to go faster relative to a target, I think, is to burn towards it. I'm not positive on that. I brought 2 tanks of RCS along just in case we were running low on fuel. Yeah, I guess it would seem sensible to burn towards my target, wouldn't it? There we are. Stop. 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 Actually, or would it make more sense if this is getting further away? No, wait. No, I'm not. I need to speed up relative to my target to make a closer pass, I think. I'm probably going to screw this up. I always do. So let's quick save it right now so that I can fix it without having to spend another 15-20 minutes getting another ship into orbit. Okay. Okay, here we go. Alright, so my hypothesis was burn towards my target, and that will drop my second intersect. it says here in fine print. Because I'm not even at the stage where I am currently near my target. Now the thing is, my target is currently on my prograde marker, which is interesting. Is that getting smaller? No, it's getting larger. So that is the wrong choice. So we're going to quick save. So I need to burn retro to target then. So yeah, my apoapsis. Just do a quick drifting rotation around my axis here to the retrograde marker. The entirety of this goal is, I wonder what this marker is. I don't even know what that marker is. Get this out here because we need to do this on this screen. That must be the planet, I think. Maybe? Or is that the planet? So yeah, we're just trying to use up the last bit of gas in this tank right here to accomplish something. Namely, getting ourselves a little closer to our target. Okay, right on the target, or on the retro marker. The two are almost the same right now, which is interesting. And of course, come on, RCS, don't fail me now. It'll actually be kind of nice to get rid of this lower stage, but I just, you know, every bit of fuel I spent energy to get into orbit. Yeah, we're getting definitely further away over. Come on, you stupid SAS system. See if we can make that number there lower. Okay, lock it on, and yeah, there we go. Yeah, here we go. We're getting better. Before. Just need to make sure we don't deorbit ourselves or something silly. That's it right there, 79. But our next one will be down to 14 kilometers if I wait an entire orbit. So this strikes me as an excellent time to get rid of this stage here because it's going to be potentially significant trouble going forward, and we'll use these engines here to do the next job. So probe core online, decouple this, switch to this, and we want to turn on these two RCS tanks right here and right here and use our control. Yeah, no, shift to deorbit ourselves. Actually, I could even do it that. Oh, crap! Oh, that was dumb of me, wasn't it? That was exceptionally stupid. Wow. That was way up there in the realm of oops. I think I just screwed up immensely here. Okay, let's get this piece of crap out of orbit and we'll go see how much damage we've done to our target ship. And that's basically all we need from this one. Alright, we don't need that one, we do need this one. How badly messed up are you? Not badly enough to be a significant issue. We've lost, wow, a few kilometers of intersect due to that little hiccup. The word of the day is be more careful when maneuvering in orbit. Let's see. Alright, we need to activate. Let's see which, hold on, I don't want that decoupler to activate right now. I want that to wait. Now did that get us closer? That got us further. Okay. I've done enough damage right now, so let's quick save. Oh crap, I didn't want to quick save. Okay, well, I may have just screwed myself. We'll see how we do on this orbit. There goes the booster package spare piece. Oh cool, we're going to get even closer on the next pass. So we'll use that orbit right there. We'll use this one right here. And the goal will be to burn towards our target to circularize or to match our orbit better when we are within 20 kilometers of said target. And lots of battery power left on this ship, so that's not an issue. Yeah, this is our window right here. This is as good as it's going to get. So we put this right here, and in a few seconds we will burn. All right, so I didn't screw the pooch entirely here. There we go. This is it. SAS on. Burning towards our target here to try and match our orbit. That is getting worse. Why is that getting worse? Burning oh right, shoot, retro to target. Retro to target now, because now we're burning relative to our target's orbit. And I just went around the entirely wrong way. We need to reduce this number right here. We need to slow down relative to our target to keep ourselves close. There we go. Now those numbers are dropping as they should. Okay, and we want to get our relative speed to target as close to 0 as is humanly possible now. Okay. Still not... we can do better. Right, because we've got a different... we're coming up on an intersect at 19.9 kilometers. So we're going to do it until this number drops as close to... there we go. That's the one we're looking for right there. 3, 2, 1. There we are. That is our target point. So when we get to this mark right here, we should be we'll be within 300 meters, which means we should be able to see our target. Now when we get to this one, we should be going very slow relative to one another. But we're going to slow that down even more to come closer to matching our orbits properly. Yeah, see, we're still going 32 meters per second relative, so I should just be able to rotate around. I have lots of RCS fuel left in this thing. In this tank right here. Actually, we should use this tank right here now. No, wait, that's the docking tank. Because now we need to slow down relative to our target as close to 0 as possible to keep us within 300 meters, and then we rotate the two ships and call her good. There we go. And getting ready to kill the engines. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. There we are. That's it right there. Now where's our target? Okay. Target is over there somewhere. Now our next... there it is. Excellent. Now where is your target? We need to point you. We need to fly from here and point you towards the target. And then we'll start boosting towards each other. Exactly as it should be. All right, here we go. Locked on. There it is. You can just see it in the distance there. SAS on to the target. And now we need to boost towards our target so that our prograde marker is on our target. Because right now we're slowing down and now we are speeding up because now we are going towards our target. So we need to fly from here, which shouldn't make a big difference. But there it is. All right. So at 300 meters, we can go about 1.5, maybe 2 meters per second towards the thing. And we shouldn't need to ever come back here again because we are fixing this. There we are, 2 meters per second. And we should very soon be within range of seeing our target. There it comes. There it is. Okay, we're doing our adjustment burn now. Come on, no. No, you keep that there. Come on, are we getting closer at least? Our intersect is not getting closer. Why are we not getting closer? We should be starting to get closer to this thing. Yeah, alright, we just need to... Yeah, here we go. Get ourselves more on our... Let's just get it a little closer. Obviously, we still got a little work to do on nailing this down perfectly. And we've still got one more retro burn from the looks of things. We're going to be within 400 meters. I hadn't realized we were actually going away from this thing, so that's a bit annoying. Let's see, is that... Yeah, 3, 2... Okay. Okay, that's good enough. Next one will be a retro to target, just to sort of wrap this out. Obviously I wasn't perfectly on my last attempt, so we just need to clean that up real quick here. I didn't want to have to do this, but... Okay, let's get that relative speed as close to 0 as possible. A little more fuel than I had intended to use for this, but that's sometimes the price you pay. Okay. Whoops, wrong button. Okay. Now we burn towards the target. Yeah, perfect. I'm not sure. Oh no, we're good. We're doing it now. Okay. I think we're going to be pretty good in a second here. 200 meters distant. All right, now something weird has happened. Right, I need to fly from here. Why can I not see this stupid target? Oh, right. Target is over there. There it is. Okay. Getting ready to start slowing down. Because we are going quite quick actually right now. Trying to match orbits here. There we go. Okay, slow down, slow down, slow down. Come on. Why is this thing not slowing down adequately? Maybe I'm going the wrong direction again? Yep, I am. Come on, we need to go towards the target. Towards the target. Man. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble with this one. But let's rotate this thing around, controlling from here. Target's coming in from that direction. There it is. Okay, our relative speeds are off a little. It's coming in, but it's not coming in very cleanly right now. That's where my problem is right now. Okay, so I'm going to stop you right there, and we will stop you. Can rotate to face the target. And then boost towards the target. There we are. I think we're moving a little bit more towards the target now. Can see my marker coming towards it now. So now what we need to do is adjust our nope, that's still not right. No, we're doing this wrong. All right, we need to slow down relative to our target for a second here and get this sort of stabilized. Because right now we are coming in for a pass, not a intersect. So we need to burn retro to target, which we can do that way. All right, drop that number down, 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 down. All right, here we go. Now we should be getting close to being able to actually burn towards our target. It says here in fine print, right? I know, it's weird that I'm not actually seeing my target when I'm this close to it. You notice that? There we go. Now the marker's coming into the right location. That's more like it. Okay. Okay, there we are. Let's do a translation burn here to get it centered better. Good. Now we can slow down a bit and switch to this and rotate it so that it is facing in the right direction now as well. There we go. Better late than never, right? That's what I always say. And then we'll do all of the organization from this one right here. All of the minute adjustments that will be needed as we come in for our final approach to the docking port. Now I must have hit a button that's been removed my targeting information because I'm coming in really close. This thing should not be so far away that I can't see the tooltips. So I guess we'll just have to use our judgment as we come in a little closer. But it looks good. It looks pretty good. Almost disastrous, but not bad. I've only used a very small quantity of fuel in these tanks. That RCS fuel, oh, it's almost empty too. Well, that worked out okay. This one's almost full still, which I'm going to need here in just a second. Okay, let's quick save right here because we're in pretty good shape now. Let's time warp a little closer. All right, let's adjust that and slow down a bit. There we are. How close are we anyway? Seriously. Everything's in place still, so we should be coming in nice and close. I'm missing a tooltip. There's no doubt about it. I'm missing something on my tooltips. I've disabled it, and that's going to be a bit annoying because I have no real feel for how close these two ships are to one another. Okay, so we're just going to have to do it visual, eyeball it. Come in pretty close now. Let's slow her down a bit. Excellent. I think we're actually at the point where we can use the fine controls to do the final minute adjustments. I don't want to over throttle right now. Okay. Okay, and let's get this one of these target a final rotation to make sure it is right on the nose, because it drifted just a bit due to me not being at the optimal angle for this. All right. Set as target. And SAS off, switch targets. Excellent. I think we're going to be okay here. I just need to slow down a bit more. Drifted a little bit more in the right direction here. Oh boy, that one's rotating. That's rotating really badly right now. All right, SAS back on. Let's get that back towards our target. Come on. Come on. Okay, come on, SAS, do your thing. That's better. There we are. All right, excellent. Back to this one. A little bit of a attitude adjustment. that way. All right, we are almost there, guys. Excellent. I think, all right, we need to get ready to stop our SAS systems from fighting us with the docking. That's coming pretty quick now. We'll do a quick switch, SAS off, quick switch, getting ready. This is it, and SAS off. Let the RCS and magnetic clamps do their job, hopefully. Please be online. Oh my gosh, why, there's that last second rotation that freaks me out every time. Just relax. Let the clamps do their thing. Do their thing. Just a tiny little boost back in again. There we are. Do it one more time. Come on, you can do it. Okay. Come on. Do it. And stabilize. Arg. Stop it. Why are these things so bloody off? I screwed up a little, didn't I? Come on, you stupid clampatrons. Do your job. There we go. They're close enough. Now we're locking. I think. Come on. Yes! We are in place. All right. That is empty. Decouple that piece of crap. That's going to be a bit of a hazard to navigation, but that's no big deal. Okay, a little bit of adjustment to our engine structures here, because these are up here and these are down here. Yeah, terrible things will happen if I fly this ship as it is currently structured. So these go all the way up here. These ones come down here. That one executes separately. All right. Let's see, those go there. Oh, and we also need the Poodle engine here, all the way down here. Although I think it's actually active. Is it? No, it's not active. Okay, let's see. Now those are the lander engines. That's the decouplers for that piece. We need those down a little further. We also need the upper stage decoupler in a separate location. And the decoupler that gets rid of the... Which decoupler is this? Oh, hold on. That's the one that gets rid of the imager, isn't it? Yeah, there it is. So that one goes at the same time as this. Because the surface, it's just so we don't have to carry the surface imager down. That gets rid of those outer stages. That fires these engines, which should all, I'm going to have to disable. And fortunately, none of this will be extraordinarily time sensitive. So anyways, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Thank you all very much for watching. And in the next episode, we'll see where we're going to go today. I will have determined that ahead of schedule. All right. I'll get this rest of this ready, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye for now.